What up, guys? HarryWilmington here. Welcome to another edition of Couch Chat. So, this is a video for you guys out there that are trying to deal with feminine women that are in their feminine energy, because we like that, right? And so, but one of the things that I've observed in being around women that are really leaning towards being in their feminine energy is that they don't like conflict. They actually really don't like to complain. And when they do, they're going to try to figure out the softest way possible to do this. Now, I've had the privilege of growing up around women. My dad died when I was 9, so I grew up under my mom, my aunts, my grandma, so forth and so on. And so between being around them and then having been in the working world and having had several female bosses, what I've come to understand is this, is that women that are in their feminine energy, if they have a complaint or want to say something or bring something to your attention rather, right? They know that they're not going to try to overtly fight you. And they're also very cognizant of the male ego and how we can oftentimes take things if it's said in the wrong way. So these women that are in their feminine energy will spend probably a good day or two talking with other female friends of theirs about how to address something with you. And when they come to you, the way that they're going to complain is going to be very soft in tone and gentile. I'll give you an example, right? So I work for a lady. I do video work for a particular entity here. And there'll be times when I'll always send off something saying, hey, I've edited this video together. If there's any notes, let me know, right? Now, having worked on the guys before, the notes will just come back, hey, fix this, need this done, blah, 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 blah. Straightforward to the point, right? I have found with women bosses, what they'll typically do is something like this. They'll sandwich it, right? They'll say like, oh, this looks absolutely great. But I have a question. Is it possible to do this thing? Or, is there a way we can move this thing around? Or, I think that this thing might not play as well. What do you think about that? And then they'll sandwich it at the end with like, oh, but overall it's really, really great. And so, as a guy, again, I speak both womanese at this point and guy language. So I'm hearing this and I know what they're saying. They're saying that they want this thing fixed, but it's just interesting how they go about doing it, where they're asking me, do I think I could do this thing? Or have I noticed this particular thing that might possibly need to be changed, right? And I have found that to also be true in my relationships when I've been with women that are really leaning into their feminine, rather than just say, hey, Harry, I have a complaint about you. You've been doing this thing, stop it. They'll very passively try to bring things up, hey, so, I don't make this a big deal, but, is it possible for you to like take out the trash or do you think that maybe we could talk about this, blah, 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 or I wanted to, is it possible I have this concern about saying, what do you think about this thing? Now, why am I bringing this up to you? I bring this up to you because, as guys, we oftentimes complain that women aren't direct with us and that we want them to bring things to our attention. But women have been in the experience of oftentimes when they do legitimately try to bring issues that they're having to a guy's attention, that the guy doesn't take it seriously. Part of the reason we don't take it seriously is because these feminine energied women are saying things in a soft tone that doesn't allow us to actually feel the intensity of how much they're actually feeling a certain thing. Because we're thinking, well, if it was a big deal, then they'd probably be yelling at us or they'd say it more, with more intensity, and they're not. Therefore, it's not a big deal. And I'm here to tell you that women that are in their feminine energy, if they bring up anything at all that it sounds like it's a soft and minor complaint, it's a huge complaint. Like, they don't want to overburden you. They don't want to start a fight with you. They don't want to bring some kind of energy that's going to scare you off. But they don't know any other way to bring up something to you other than in the delivery that they're doing, which is in a soft, possibly passive tone. But if she comes to you and says, hey, babe, so you said you were going to take out the trash. Like I just wanted to know, like, when you plan on doing that. You're thinking it's no big deal. But in her head, what she's thinking is, dude, take out the freaking trash already. You said you were going to do it. But she's not going to say it like that because she's trying to stay in her femininity. And to be fair, as the guy, your job should be to make sure that you're doing all you can so that she wants to stay in that feminine energy. And part of that means knowing that when she comes to you and talks to you in a very docile, soft tone about a complaint she's having, that it's actually a big deal. So guys, if you just get that in your head, that when women come to you and give you a complaint and it sounds soft and it sounds gentle and it doesn't sound like it's a big deal, if you just get in your head that her saying it that way is her attempt to stay in her femininity, but that it's actually a big deal, then you're going to be able to have a woman feel as though you're truly getting her. Because let's face it, guys, we get frustrated when women want us to communicate like them. Like us trying to speak in soft, gentle tones and try to be passive about stuff. It's annoying because we're like, I want to get to the point, right? So just like we want them to understand all form of communication, you got to understand women are going to come to you with a different form of communication. It's going to oftentimes be passive and a bit more soft, especially if she's leaning into her femininity. So respect that, but also know that it's your job to recognize what's actually going on and take her more serious than most of her other guys that she's dated probably have. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. Hopefully this helps you out. If you guys have any questions for me, do you want me to answer on one of these videos or on one of my shows, which I do every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, then leave it down in the comments below. But for now, I'm out of here. Harry Wilmington. Peace.